Every single community on the planet, from the biggest cities to the smallest towns, shares this one massive challenge. What in the world do we do with all our trash? Well, today, we're going to Guatemala to look at a really fascinating and ambitious plan from the community of Santa Lucia, Coatzamalguapa. And get this, they're not just managing their waste, they're aiming for a full-on revolution.
The whole project kicks off with a simple but really powerful vision: a cleaner and more sustainable future for our community. And this isn't just a marketing tagline, it's the real deal. It's the core principle behind every single decision, and it really sets a determined tone for everything we're about to dig into.
All right, so first, let's unpack what that vision really means.
So yeah, the waste problem, it's universal. We all deal with it. But Santa Lucia's response is anything but typical. They're not just trying to put a Band-Aid on the problem, they're aiming to completely transform it. And by doing that, they might just be creating a blueprint for any other community that wants to take control of its own environmental future.
The plan is really built on 4 strategic pillars. First, and most obviously, to slash environmental contamination and protect the local ecosystem. Second, and this is where the cool tech comes in, they're implementing advanced waste treatment. Third, and this part is absolutely crucial, is education. You can't have a revolution if the people aren't on board, right? And finally, this whole thing is designed to promote long-term sustainable development, making sure this is a permanent solution, not just a quick fix. Of course, a plan this big, this ambitious, it's going to need a pretty special partnership to pull it all off.
At the heart of this project is a really unique alliance. You can think of it like a handshake. On one side, you have the local leadership. That's the municipality of Santa Lucia. On the other, you have international partners, primarily a group called Nanovo. It's this fusion of local accountability and global know-how that really gives the plan its power.
So who does what? It's actually crystal clear. The municipality, they're on the ground, leading the charge with coordination and public education. Nanoyovo brings in the high-tech equipment and the operational expertise. But it's that last line, that's the one that changes everything. Nanoyovo Energy UK provides the financing, which leads to the most remarkable part of this entire deal.
100%. That's how much of the project's financing is covered by their international partner. Just let that sink in for a moment. The entire cost, for the technology, the equipment, the operations, all of it is funded from the outside. This completely removes the single biggest roadblock for most communities and puts absolutely zero new financial burden on the residents of Santa Lucia. That's a game changer.
Okay, so with the money all sorted, how does the plan actually work? Well, it all rests on these 4 pillars. The whole process just makes a ton of sense. It kicks off with education, to get the community on board and excited. That leads into optimizing how they collect and transport all the waste. From there, it moves to the technological heart of the project, that advanced treatment. And the whole system is wrapped in constant monitoring to make sure it's all working exactly as it should. Now, let's zoom in on that treatment technology, because it's pretty cool.
Okay, this right here is the game changer. The technology they're using can process the solid waste without requiring residents to separate their recyclables beforehand. Think about that. How many community recycling programs struggle because people get confused or just don't participate in sorting? This system just completely removes that barrier, making it incredibly simple for every single household to do their part.
So a great plan on paper is one thing, but how do you actually make it happen on the ground? Well, the rollout is really methodical and smart. It starts with a 6-month prep phase, focusing on education and training. That's followed by a 6-month pilot program in a few select areas, to test the system and work out any kinks. Only then, after a full year of prep and testing, does phase 3 begin, the full-scale rollout across the entire municipality. This approach minimizes risk and is really built for success.
And the resources are all lined up and ready to go. We know the financing is fully secured, but just as importantly, the plan relies on hiring and training local staff, which creates new jobs right there in the community. And those teams will be using the latest generation equipment, ensuring the project is built on a modern, super efficient foundation.
So, at the end of the day, what does all of this actually mean for the people of Santa Lucia?
The benefits are direct and deeply impactful. We're talking new local jobs, which boosts the economy, improve public health thanks to cleaner air and water from less pollution. And it all adds up to a tangibly better quality of life for every resident, all while protecting the region's beautiful ecosystem for the long haul. This is the so what. This is why it all matters.
And to guarantee these outcomes, the project is held to the highest international standards. It's designed to align with benchmarks from organizations like ISO for quality management, the EPA for environmental protection, and the World Health Organization for public health.
This ensures the protection for the community is truly comprehensive and, frankly, world-class.
And so we end right where we began, with this powerful call to action. Together, we build a cleaner future. It just perfectly captures the spirit of the project. It's a fusion of advanced technology, smart investment, and most importantly, an entire community working together.
Ultimately, the plan in Santa Lucia Cosamagua offers a pretty compelling answer to this question. It suggests that when a community's clear vision for a better future is paired with global expertise and these kinds of innovative partnerships, you don't just manage a problem, you can create a revolution.